Hey guys, it's Cord Ross and welcome to the 6 News Roundup. So in this video we'll quickly go over everything that was revealed for Operation Twin Shells. And we'll start with balancing changes. So Solis is getting her update part 2. This actually negates some of the previous nerfs we've seen, but also tweaks her in a way that she plays differently from previously. So she'll still be able to scan for gadgets, however, she no longer is able to identify them. Instead, she has charges for a special overclock of her gadget that she can do. This will identify what stuff is. Now this is great because most of the time you can guess what something is, like a claymore down by a window or a drone driving around. You can mostly identify that kind of stuff just on basic logic. However, it also removes the ability to ping gadgets for your teammates. Instead, you get the identification of what they are, but not actually shown off to your teammates at all. And then enemies that are in drones actually get a warning on their screen, just a little HUD element like you've seen from other gadgets, to let you know you've been spotted by Solis, but this is only when using the overclock feature. And after playing this, I don't think it's particularly bad, so I think this will actually be quite good for her, and it changes her up a little bit, changes her playstyle. She's a slightly different operator because of this, but still working in fundamentally the same way. Up next is Nokk, and I think I would just call this a mini rework. There's enough in here to make it significant, but not significant enough to make it an actual rework. But it's extremely interesting. The first thing you should know is that the gadget for Nokk no longer has a timer. You can now switch it on at the start of the round and have it on for the entire round. And this is because when walking, she doesn't actually use up her gadget. And it'll only go down when she runs, shoots, or melees. So as long as you're just walking around, you can have it on almost all the time. And of course, you can switch it off and fully recharge it. She's also getting a big weapon buff, and this is on her SMG, with the recoil being reduced significantly. Smoke will also benefit from this too. And this should also have a significant impact on people who run ACOGs on this gun. So overall, a fundamental change to her ability, but a significantly good one, I think. And again, just like Solis, this is going to tweak how you play this operator. And then we have the Dokkaebi update. So this is actually the least significant of all of them. So now what happens is that Dokkaebi does not actually get her phone calls right off the bat. She has to wait for it to actually charge up and then call the defenders. And that means there's going to be a big span of time in between each call, and you're not going to get called at the start of the round. And you'll have a total of 2 calls. Overall, I think this one's pretty boring, not much to really say about it. Now let's take a look at some of the Battle Pass items coming this season, because we've actually got a little bit of an exclusive look here, which shows us some outfits for Cav, Kaid, Solis, and of course the new robots, along with a couple of the weapon skins and drone skins that you'll be able to get your hands on. I know a lot of people just play the game for the Battle Pass, which I cannot believe. I haven't even completed this season's Battle Pass because I haven't played enough. And then we'll quickly talk about the new operator Scopos. She drives around 2 robots in game and can switch between them. And there's some interesting interactions with these robots. So first of all, Dokk and Thunderbird cannot heal them, of course, because they're robots. However, that also means they're immune to smoke canisters and Fenrir's dread mines. So imagine the robots teaming up with smoke. That's going to be fun. And this operator does not get 2 lives. If the operator dies while in control of a robot, that's it, they can't control the other one. But if they go down to 1 health, they can switch to the other robot, which will have full health. And then a tiny little balance and change is to drones. They now have a boost button, which you can use to boost around the map. And it just, like if you would think, it works like Nitros in a game, it makes you go faster. And then moving away from balancing, you have the shooting range, which you can use while matchmaking now. The shooting range also now has a cover option for the shooting range, so you can have the little robot thingies in there ducked behind cover, and you can be practicing shooting them as they come up and down. There's also a new after action report at the end of games, which looks a lot better, much more condensed and less tabs to go through. It's just all on one kind of page now, which looks great. Then you've got the Siege Cup. This is a highly anticipated feature, only coming to PC this season for a beta, and then it should launch next season and everyone should be able to play it. You also get brand new currency for playing this and also ranked. And these are competitive coins, and you get competitive packs. And presumably these are going to have unique rewards in them, but kind of worried that they'll just end up like alpha packs and end up not being particularly great in the long term. And be noted that the Siege Cup, you need to sign up for the beta to actually play it. So it's going to be showing up every 2 weeks throughout this season on PC, but if you don't sign up, you cannot play. If you also play with a cheater and the cheater gets banned, you will get banned from playing the Siege Cup. So try to always play, because this is the thing, you need to sign up as a 5-stack. So you need to make sure that the people you're playing with are legit, or you're going to end up banned from playing in the Siege Cup. So they are going to try and keep the Siege Cup as competitive as possible, and that means that they're going to come down hard on everybody cheating. Otherwise, of course, it's just going to be the cheaters that are winning all the time. And talking about cheaters, that leads us into a talk by the director of Rainbow Six Siege. And he went over how he realizes that the last season was a disappointment. So that's good. It's good to actually just say, you know what, you kind of fucked up with that. He also mentions that there still is a current day cheater problem, which is great. Last season, I think it was that their reveal, they were like, oh, everything's going great and we're managing to stop most of the rage cheaters and stuff like that. And of course, we've heard nothing but cheaters, cheaters, cheaters on all the social medias when it comes to Siege because it's been very, very bad on PC. And they talked about yet another additional layer of security in Siege. I'm hoping that at some point all this stuff is going to come together and we will see that reduction because it still feels like they're very far behind and they're chasing the cheaters right now. And I'm hoping they can catch up. But for the moment, it seems like they're still way behind. But at least they're admitting it and it looks like they're going after it. Now moving back to balance, and let's talk about something off in the future. They actually brought up that they're changing proximity alarms and claymores. And for both, these seem to be significant nerfs, it seems. So we'll have to wait and see what they come with, but this will be a mid-season update. But the biggest one is that claymore explosions are going to be delayed. So that means, let's say you jump out a window, step onto a claymore, you might have a significant amount of time to turn around and shoot it before it goes off. And this will significantly nerf the claymores. So a worrying thing because I love my claymores. And then we've also got an update to the AI playlist. So this means that the attackers are now AI. You can go up against you guys as defenders. And this means when you go into the AI playlist, you now have one playlist that's attackers and defenders. And you just play a normal game of Siege where you're attacking, then you're defending, and vice versa. And I had a go at the latest one and it seems to be good. They were doing like runouts and stuff on me and jumping out of windows and all that stuff, and it was like, this is kind of cool. And this is the thing for me, the AI playlist has just been this really impressive feature since it was introduced, and it just keeps getting better and better. And although I don't play it much, I like having it. It's nice. And then finally, let's talk launch dates for the new season. So the test server is going to go up on Monday the 26th of August, which is tomorrow at the time I'm making this video. And then the season will fully launch on September 10th. And like I said, the Siege Cup is going to happen every 2 weeks. But again, you have to sign up for the beta. You have to be in a 5-stack. So get that all sorted out as soon as you can, because if you want to play it, you need to do that. And like I say, it is PC only, with the full launch coming next season for all platforms, as long as it doesn't get delayed. And then overall, from my conclusion of playing a new season early, is it's pretty good. The operator is actually excellent. Don't know if they're going to be good, but they're going to be a ton of fun and very, very different. So a top tier operator for me. And then when it comes to the contents of the new season, I don't think there's enough. I think this is still disappointing. We got too much stuff getting delayed into season 4. And my worry is that we'll of course get a bunch of stuff in season 4 that was delayed from this season, but I'm kind of worried the stuff that was supposed to come that season ends up getting delayed into year 10. So I'm still very worried with the overall health of the game, and this really goes right back to the beginning of this year when I made that video saying quit Siege. I still don't think the game's in a brilliant position. This is definitely the worst year in a while, and I call this Siege's year of hell. And I'm hoping this is maybe a bit of a turnaround. We get a really cool operator, a lot of fun stuff to play around with. But we'll see how things play out, because season 4, either it's going to be a banger with all the stuff that's been delayed into it, or it's going to end up being the case that we get there and a lot of stuff gets delayed further. And that's my major worry for the rest of this year. And then we'll see what goes in with year 10. Presumably they're spending a ton of money to do a whole bunch of stuff. They obviously have their map designers doing something else if they're not making maps this year. So I'm hoping for an absolute banger of a roadmap for year 10, but that does not negate the fact that year 9 is so far been terrible. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time.